Hey, this is wide receiver Cortez Hankton, and you're watching Outside the Huddle with the Florida Tuskers.
Here we go.
Tiger, Tiger.
Well, to my mother, education was very important with both of my parents. They instilled in me that this is the way that you make it. Being a competitor on the field, you know, you want to be the best at what you do, and it was natural for me in the classroom also. Football was always a part of my life, but I knew that I couldn't play football forever. So education was a big part of me basically creating myself as a professional. Business was my choice. Really, my grandfather had a lot to do with that. Being an entrepreneur, he did everything. He was always in control of the situations. You know, he was like that manager type. You know, he just had like a sense of power. And the first thing he taught me was like, if you don't go into school for anything else, go to school for business, become an entrepreneur. You know, they always say that playing football is the best temporary job that you can have. So you see guys who, after playing this game, they just, you know, they're burnt out, finances is all messed up, and when guys' career is over, they're like, what next? You know, what do I do? There's a small percentage of guys that actually make enough money to survive for the rest of their life. What about the rest of them? I want to contribute to that population to help those people. Like, you know, we're going to take care of this now, but what are we going to do later? You know, hopefully I can have my own sports management firm. That's why I'm pursuing my MBA. And, you know, I'm following my passion with sports. After doing my research, I realized that UCF had one of the top sports management schools in the nation. So it was ideal. Like, why not UCF? I'm here. Why not take advantage of my resources? I went to a small college in undergrad, so it was nothing compared to what UCF has to offer. And I mean, it's something nice to be a part of. You know, I actually enjoy going on campus, and it feels good to be a student again. Well, within this organization, it's been easy for me to do school and football. My first phone call with Jay once I signed was like, Hank, I know what you have going on. I know what you're trying to do as a professional, and I respect it.
Well, one of the things that turned us on to Cortez and Cortez Hankton, why we wanted him, is because we know what kind of pro he is, on and off the field. He takes care of business. And as a football player, he's always in the right place at the right time. He does everything 100%. He pays attention. And off the field, he's the same way. He's a great human being and a great player.
If Cortez Hankton wasn't here, I think we'd have a problem, especially in my room. I think he's an unbelievably sharp man. He's a pleasure to be around, and I think the rest of the guys would be doing a disservice to themselves if they don't, you know, pay attention and take note of what Cortez is doing on and off the field. He's learned how to become a pro, and I don't think it's any, you know, surprise to anyone that he would take his life as seriously as he does.
You really think that? Yeah, man. You really think that? I know you.
As a football player, he's fierce. You know, he's one of those guys that I love. I often refer to him as a dog, a receiver that would go get the ball no matter what. Brooks put it in the air, he'll go get it.
Hey, can I get it again?
And now with me finding out about him going to get his master's, that's just add to his character. I mean, what type of person he is. He's thinking about life after football already, you know, and I think he still has a bright future playing ball still, you know, and my hat goes off to him.
In the course I'm taking right now, organizational behavior, I realize it's some carryover from school to football. And I think the biggest thing that I've learned is really how to be a team. And the number one thing I remember from the translation from a group to a team was that leadership becomes a shared activity.
He leads by example. You know, he does the right thing. He's always in the right place, and he's a consummate professional. And it doesn't surprise me that he's going for his MBA. You know, he's got all his ducks in a row, and that's kind of how he plays football. Is he's prepared and he goes out and he executes a game plan. It's the same type of deal. He's got a plan for himself, and you know, he's trying to take care of his business off the field too.
He puts 100% in everything that he's doing. On the field, off the field, he just never quits. And that's a good characteristic to definitely have.
You can do on this drive.
My parents, you know, they had that iron fist down. You know, make sure you take care of your business. Never be satisfied. And I think that where that slight perfectionism mentality comes from. You know, I remember I used to get a B. I'm like, hey, I'm excited. Mom, I got a B. Well, why you didn't get an A? You know? And I'm like, really? But at the time, you know, I realized it served as motivation to do better. You know, never settle for less. And that's the biggest thing, you know, never be satisfied.
Anytime a guy can, you know, weigh those two things, football and school, because it's so difficult to weigh football alone, and then you go back and you get your degree, man, that's impressive. I'm happy for him, man, and I just think that, you know, I hope God blesses him to do everything he wants to do in life.
That was called Bollinger with it, throwing now, and Hankton hauls it in.
You know, I can sit here and talk about how difficult I have it as a professional athlete going back to school and doing football in school at the same time. But the people that I really commend are the people that are professionals, like really have these 9-to-5 jobs and have families and are going to school. Now, those are the people that are really impressive. You know, what I'm doing is not anything compared to what they're doing. You know, I could make a big fuss about this, but those are like the real heroes, so to speak.
Up next.
Time to get victory number 1 to start the season off the way you want to start it off.
Trustco Bank invites you to stop by any one of its more than 40 hometown locations. Let's grow, Trustco.